All right, so moving on to the final segment, I'll be sharing my thoughts on the 2024 Men's Olympics basketball team. So, the Olympics, the 2024 Summer Olympics have came and gone, and I'll be sharing my thoughts on the men's Olympic gold medalist team. So, a few days ago, the United States of America defeated France in the men's Olympics to win their 5th straight gold medal title in this Summer Olympics. And shout out to the women as well. USA versus France also delivered in the women's department. That was a really close and competitive game, just like the men's side. The women's basketball defeated France 68-67 to win their 8th straight gold medal. So shout out to both men and women's USA basketball teams for giving us and our country a gold medal for this 2024 Summer Olympic Games. So I'll be sharing my thoughts on this team. It's going to be interesting to see how this 2024 men's Olympics team is truly remembered, because this run was one for the ages, because you had LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry, three-headed goats that have never teamed up, all three of them together. And man, they put the United States of America on their back, because what they gave us, what they gave our country, was something to remember this 2024 Summer Olympic Games. And Steph Curry finally got something that was missing throughout his Hall of Fame career. Obviously, one of the greatest point guards of all time. It's going to be a debatable conversation when it's all said and done, who's the greatest point guard of all time between himself and Magic Johnson. But as I digress, Steph Curry, man, he finally got what was missing out of his illustrious Hall of Fame career, and that was a gold medal. He never competed in the Olympics ever in his NBA career. He did it this year, and his first time's a charm. He got his gold medal. But I feel like this year's team of LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo, Devin Booker, and several others that contributed to this run is going to be something that's remembered as one of the greatest Summer Olympic teams in Olympics history. Because what they did and created a lot of memories, and their historic moments in their final two games in the Olympics, playing against Siberia and France, those closing moments, and when their backs were against the wall, the moments that Steph Curry and several others, Kevin Durant and several others gave us, that's going to be something that we're all going to remember for a very long time. And I wish we could fast forward 4 years into the future, because what the men's Olympics team did for our country this year, it felt like we were all united. And I don't get into politics on this podcast, because this is sports only, but it just felt like, in terms of a comfort zone, what those three and the respective team did this year, it felt good. And shout out to the women's also for giving us that. Man, that LeBron James, when he said he truly was going to recruit the Avengers for this 2024 Summer Olympics team, he truly meant it. And it's going to be somewhere, this run is also always going to be remembered in the history books for the Summer Olympics, in the history books. So this is where things get hot and interesting. So how does this 2024 Men Olympics team compare to the 1992 Men's Olympics Dream Team? So on today's poll on our Instagram, I asked you guys who would win a 7-game series: the 2024 Team USA or the 1992 Dream USA team? And 70% of you guys said the 2024 team would beat the Dream Team. Now, Paul Pierce touched up on this a few weeks ago on Undisputed with Skip Bayless and company. And it made a lot of sense. In terms of skill and competition played, the 1992 Dream Team only played a total of 9 players in the Olympics tournament that year. You fast forward to 2024, how the game has globally changed. This 2024 team played way better competition. 61 NBA players in this Olympics tournament. And I truly believe that this 2024 team would beat the 92 Dream Team, because looking at this, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were truly at the end of their careers. Larry Bird was really at the end of the hill. Magic Johnson took a year off for things that he couldn't control off the court, respectfully. Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley were really the best players for this 92 Dream Team. And they were dominating, slaughtering countries by 40-plus points by the win margin. But again, you only played a total of 9 NBA players in the tournament. And nobody would be able to stop LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant on that Dream Team. I say that with all due respect, but I don't believe anybody's covering Steph Curry. John Stockton, he's not checking him. Who's guarding LeBron James? Maybe Scottie Pippen? I don't think, and nobody's been able to contain LeBron James defensively his whole entire career. And then the X factor in this all, Kevin Durant. Who's stopping Kevin Durant when he's pulling up jumpers on the court, creating space and separation, shooting the three-point? And the Dream Team couldn't shoot to save their lives. The three ball wasn't there for him, like this 2024 team is. And yes, they got size and space to go down with the bigs of Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo. They had a lot of space, a lot of size on that team. But I just feel like in a 7-game series, what this 2024 team showed me, I feel like they would beat the 92 Olympics Dream Team, with all due respect. And I have to say also that I understand that it is hard to compare those two respective teams because the era of basketball, especially in the NBA world, will always continue to change. And that's what I'm going to pivot to in a few moments. But it will always continue to change because the game is getting better. You're seeing bigs, and you're seeing the three-point game become more popular than ever before. Who knows? Maybe 15 to 20 years down the line, there might be a 4-point range that you can pull up on the court from. The game of basketball is always going to change. And the 92 team couldn't do anything about it. But globally, the game of basketball has changed forever. It's not just about the United States of America anymore to be a great basketball player. You could be born from any country in the world and be a dominant force in the NBA. Look at the guys that's foreigners that's playing in the NBA today. Luka Doncic, one of the greatest in the league today. Nikola Jokic, one of the greatest in the league today. Giannis, one of the greatest in the league today. I could keep going on and on. Victor Wembanyama. Globally, the NBA is in a great place because that's how the Olympics for 2028 is going to be really interesting, what I'm about to touch upon. So, with the likes of LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry most likely playing in their final Olympic Games, who are you really going to lean on as a superstar for the 2028 Olympics? Because Siberia and France, they nearly got us. They gave us a run for our money. And Siberia with Nikola Jokic, in France with Victor Wembanyama and company, I think they're going to be legit threats for the 2028 Summer Olympic Games. I feel like now, I mean, don't get me wrong, USA is always going to have American stars. But now, I think for the first time since 2004, heading into Olympics, new Olympics, there is a chance that the USA is really in danger of not winning the gold medal because of how globally basketball is changing and how much the competition is even going to grow from 61 NBA players. It could be 70 NBA players that the United States of America are going to have to play 4 years down the line. But this is my projected 2028 men's Olympics team. I mean, things could change. But I do believe that these players are most likely going to be a lock to make the 2028 Olympics team 4 years down the line. Joel Embiid. Anthony Davis is a question mark because I do believe he'd be 35, 36. We'll see how he is, but I do believe he can still contribute to this team if he, or whatever role he plays in. So I'm going to say Anthony Davis, Devin Booker, Jalen Brunson. Oh, I would love to see Jalen Brunson play in the Olympics, and I would have loved them to see him play in the 2024 Olympics, but he's on that list. Jason Tatum, hopefully he's used. Hopefully he's used this time around, as he sat out 2 of the 6 games. Tyrese Halliburton, Jaylen Brown, Chet Holmgren, Bam Adebayo, John Moran, if he could get his act together. That's 10 solid players off the bat. And all 10 of those players can give the United States another gold medal 4 years down the road when the Olympics come to the States in Los Angeles, California. So it's going to be interesting to see years down the line how the United States of America has to battle adversity. Because the three players, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry, bottom line is the league is not going to see special players like that for a very long time. When you talk about LeBron James, who, in my opinion, is the greatest of all time, Kevin Durant, one of the greatest shooters of all time and scorers of all time, Steph Curry, one of the greatest point guards of all time and also one of the greatest scorers of all time, and I should also say LeBron James and Kevin Durant are obviously one of the greatest small forwards of all time. The league's not going to see something as special as those three players for a very long time. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the Olympics play out. I'm already excited for 2028 with all the other sports of track. Everything else, man. I'm excited for the 2028 Summer Olympic Games. But we're going to wrap things up right there. That is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.